Leviticus. We will read Acts today. But we're reading Leviticus. We're finishing up Leviticus chapter 6. We're starting at verse 19. The Lord, this is the offering which Aaron and his sons shall offer to the Lord on the day when one is anointed and consecrated. The tenth of an ephah of fine flour for a regular cereal offering, half of it in the morning and half of it at night. On a griddle or baking pan, it shall be made with oil, and when it is fried, you shall bring it in broken and fried pieces shall you offer the cereal offering as a sweet and satisfying to the Lord. And the priest among Aaron's sons who is consecrated and anointed in his stead shall offer it by a statute forever. It shall be entirely burned to the Lord. For every cereal offering of the priest shall be wholly burned and not eaten. Verse 24. And the Lord said to Moses, say to Aaron and his sons, this is the law of the sin offering. In the place where the burnt offering is killed, shall the sin offering be killed before the Lord. It is most holy. The priest who offers it for sin shall eat it. In a sacred place shall it be eaten, in the court of the tent of meeting. Whoever or whatever touches its flesh shall first be dedicated and made clean. And when any of its blood is sprinkled on a garment, you shall wash that garment in a place set apart to God's worship. But the earthen vessel in which it was boiled shall be broken. And if it is boiled in a bronze vessel, that vessel shall be scoured and rinsed in water. Every male among, the priest shall eat of this offering. It is most holy. But no sin offering shall be eaten, of which any blood is brought into the tent of meeting to make atonement in the holy place. It shall be wholly burned with fire. This morning, I was awakened and went to Acts. We're reading in Acts chapter 13. And this is Paul, and they're at the temple. And let me see what verse. I thought I had it right here. Verse 39. In fact, we're going to start at verse 38. So let it be clearly known and understood by you, brethren, that through this man forgiveness and removal of sin is now proclaimed to you. They're talking about Jesus. They're talking about Yeshua. And he says, and that through him, verse 39, who believes, who acknowledges Jesus as Savior and devotes himself to him, is absolved, cleared from, and freed from every charge which he could not be justified, and freed by the law of Moses, and given right standing with God. Now, which law of Moses are they talking about? They're talking about what I read in Leviticus chapter 6. If you keep reading, I'm here to tell you he's not talking about the Ten Commandments, like a lot of people think. Verse 40. Take care, therefore, lest there come upon you what is spoken in the prophets. Verse 41. Look, you scoffers and scorners, and marvel and perish and vanish away. For I am doing a deed in your days, a deed which you will never have confidence in or believe, even if someone clearly describing it in detail declares it to you. That breaks my heart. Verse 42. As they, Paul and Barnabas, I said Paul, a lot of people think Paul speaks against what I'm about to shed light on. Paul and Barnabas went out of the synagogue. The people earnestly begged that these things might be told of them further the next Sabbath. The Psalms say Selah, which means stop and think about it, pause. The next Sabbath. So in verse 39, he's saying that you could not be justified and freed from every charge by the law of Moses and given right standing with God by killing an animal and cleaning the animal and without blemish and the vessels and things of that nature, it couldn't do it because it still messed with your conscience. You still remembered it. But if you believe wholly, as Paul is telling us in Acts chapter 13, if you acknowledge Jesus as your Savior and devote yourself to him, you are absolved, cleared from, freed from every charge which you have committed. You have been justified and given right standing with God. I was awakened at 2 o'clock this morning. 2 o'clock this morning. Meditate on that today. That's some good stuff. I didn't even need breakfast after that. I ate that right on up. I pray that you get it. I pray that verse 42, verse 41 is not you. Y'all have an awesome day. He loves you. I love you. Peace.